Boycott this restaurant until he pays his employees a fair wage.
Workers are consumers.
Protesters argue the owner of Route 66 Malt Shop is ignoring the will of Albuquerque voters. They decided to raise the minimum wage. He decided to ignore it. At one point, the owner of the malt shop came out to tell these protesters just how he feels.
Then I will go out of business and I will please the hell out of you, and 12 people will lose their jobs.
Talk like a human. It's okay.
12 people will lose their jobs. I just saved
So are there
12
other laws you
jobs.
don't want?
The protesters also argue Albuquerque Mayor Richard Berry is turning his head the other way, choosing to not enforce the law that Albuquerque voters decided.
Mayor Berry may be correct in saying that it's not his job to enforce it. But we believe that as the mayor of a city that has just voted overwhelmingly to increase the minimum wage, to take a position publicly.
The city attorney argues the city does not have the right resources to enforce.
The law is the law. It should be followed. The voters spoke and they passed it overwhelmingly. But in terms of enforcing it, the ordinance allows for the enforcement by the private employee with a private attorney.
The law is clear, but what will happen to Route 66 Malt Shop is still a mystery.
At this tattoo shop outside of Moriarty, the lead artist cleared his schedule for the day to help one woman find closure on this long journey. With the push of a pedal and the buzz of a needle.
You have to look death in the eye and say, okay, let's battle. Who's gonna win?
Ink moves across Shalana Ivaro's skin.
The scars remind me every day about this horrible thing that me and my family all had to go through.
At the age of 29, Ivaro woke up one day to feel something different, a lump in her breast. With no family history of breast cancer, she wasn't too worried.
They don't do mammograms and stuff like that until you're older.
But she found out that lump had quickly turned into stage 3 breast cancer. 3 years and 9 surgeries later, she says she longs to feel whole again.
For lack of a better word, I don't feel like a girl anymore because I'm fake. Both sides have been taken off and they're rebuilt and reconstructed.
High deserting tattoo artist Chris Boren lost his mother-in-law to cancer.
Just to see a smile, that's all the payment I need.
He's volunteering his time and artistry today, doing the work for free.
This is filling. This is more rewarding than anything on the planet. Money isn't everything, it's happiness.
Ivaro chose an intricate design, painting the story of her life with images reminding her of her career as an EMT, a job she loved for years. It also honors her firefighter husband, who stood by her side and supported her through her battle with cancer.
It symbolizes what's important to me. And being here is important. Being alive.
This is the final product, a large piece of art that allows Ivaro to see herself differently when she steps in front of the mirror.
And that's what I want to be able to say is this is beautiful for me again. I feel like a person, a whole person, not just someone who's been cut up multiple times.
Reporting in Moriarty, Kim Tobin, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
When Maisie Reynolds takes the ice, she looks like any other goalie, hoping to successfully provide the last line of defense for her team.
They're like, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll show you. I'll do it like twice as good as you can. And I can only do it with one hand.
You heard her correctly, one hand. Maisie was born that way. Maisie always knew she was different, and she was proud of it. When she was younger, her self-portraits would only include one hand.
Because Maisie acts like she doesn't have a disability when she's out there and she doesn't see herself with a disability.
Getting dressed does provide its obstacles. She has no problem suiting up with layers and layers of pads, but she does need a little assistance when it comes to tying the laces.
We should just tie the ends.
Maisie says she can't hold the stick and glove like most goalies.
And I just basically stick my hand in that little hole.
But she doesn't lack for a sense of humor when it comes to any potential wardrobe malfunction.
It falls off a lot, and so what my coach wants to do is put fake blood in there. Whenever it falls off, like just everyone on the team will like start yelling.
Maisie's story stretches beyond the borders of New Mexico and reached at least one star in her sport. Maisie recently got an email from gold medal winning Olympic hockey hero Micah Ruzioni.
Hey Maisie, this is Micah Ruzioni, captain of the 1980 Olympic hockey team. I just wanted to congratulate you on the sacrifices, hard work, and determination that you have made. Many of the same things that made our shutouts, and more importantly, happiness, as you continue to enjoy whatever you want to pursue in life. Remember, always believe. We did.
The inspirational email wasn't the only gift. Shortly after, Maisie received a package. The gold medal winner sent a USA hockey jersey signed by the captain himself.
And then he custom signed it to me.
Maisie says she doesn't have Olympic aspirations right now, but she's got the gold medal winning spirit.
Just want to show people anyone can do it.
And that is sometimes what the Olympics are all about. I'm JP Murrieta, KOB Eyewitness Sports 4.
Just in case you somehow haven't been to Tinkertown before, it's on the road to Sandia Crest. You can't miss it.
And this is why you come. The place itself is a staggering, astonishing creation, a weird world of smaller and smaller creations that are just as astonishing. It's the creation of woodcarver, sculptor, painter, builder Ross Ward, a nomadic carnival guy who settled here in the 60s.
I used to go, check this.
His daughter, Tanya Ward Goodman, wrote Leaving Tinkertown about her dad.
I was conceived in a pickup camper on the New Mexico State Fairgrounds when my parents were on the road with a carnival. They were carting around a freak show called World of the Weird.
The book is published by University of New Mexico Press. Ross Ward died in 2002 of Alzheimer's. Leaving Tinkertown is all about that, too.
Being in the house and sort of seeing the light change as he built, it made me think a lot about how his brain was changing when he was going through Alzheimer's. He was shifting down, parts of the brain sort of shut off and change, and the house felt like that too. We used to be able to see out these windows.
The book is a window into the weird and wonderful world of Tinkertown and the wild artistic genius who built it all in 40 years on the slopes of the Sandias.
I know you want to come to Tinkertown, who wouldn't? But you heard that they're going to close the National Forest starting next week. No worries, that's over there. This is here, open every day. Back to you.
Bright blotches of colorful paint now dot one of the busiest off-ramps into Santa Fe. But this is no art project. The state says it's the work of vandals. And drivers aren't amused.
You wonder, what are these people thinking?
It looks like whoever did this threw glass jars full of paint out their window as they drove down the ramp. We found pieces of paint-covered glass littering the side of the road.
They must not have anything to do or responsibility or any pride in the area.
And this isn't just some harmless prank. The state says it's going to cost between $60,000 to $70,000 to clean up this mess, and that money's coming from you, the taxpayer.
It's expensive because we're going to have to power wash with water to spray all the paint off.
Melissa Dosher with the New Mexico Department of Transportation says crews will then have to repave parts of the road after the power washing. Taxpayers don't like the idea of paying for someone's prank.
It makes me angry that our money is going towards that instead of something useful.
Everybody that works has to pay for that. So, yeah, it's a shame.